Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I have Dr. John Fincher here today. Did I say that correctly? I want to make sure I did. And he is, I want to call him just one of the best cancer doctors that we have here at Bristol Regional with Wellmont. And you're here today to tell us about a couple of new machines that are helping you advance radiation for cancer patients. Am I right on this?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, great.
We have been excited to stay on top in terms of technology. Actually, for many years, we were the first with a linear accelerator. We had the first board-certified radiation oncologist, first physicist, first treatment planning computer, and it goes on of all the first. And this, we were the first with a CyberKnife or any of that type of equipment, which we've been using for over 10 years. And now we're going to be the first with a TrueBeam.
Okay, so it's called a TrueBeam. I like how all of these things are named.
Yes, that
so
does.
We can relate. Like, I mean, it's sort of like naming something, you know, a pet, you know, what that's what the name is. So we have got TrueBeam. Is that correct? Okay, TrueBeam. So what is TrueBeam?
It is an advancement using the same linear accelerator platform that we've been using. So we're able to get it in the same vault, meaning the same room, which requires shielding because you don't want the radiation to get out.
Right.
And so that's nice, but it offers us a lot newer technology in terms of speed particularly. For instance, the highest speed that we can generate is 600 with the current unit, and with this it's 2400.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine that
like
the treatments...
triple, quadruple.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's going to be that much faster because as we've gotten more complicated, what we want to do in our treatment is focus and shape the radiation right around the target, the cancer, and avoid treatment to the normal tissues because that's what causes the complications.
Right.
So if we can do that, the better we can do that, the fewer complications they'll have, and the higher dose we can give, and the higher the cure rate.
Okay.
So it all comes together, and now with the TrueBeam we'll be able to do it faster as well. Some of these folks don't feel so well. They're undergoing treatment and they'd rather get off that table as quickly as possible. And this will be a nice addition to allow them to get back, you know, back home and away from this hard treatment table as fast as they could.
So who are some of the candidates for this? Like some of the cancer patients, does it target one type of cancer more than another, or?
We will treat every kind that comes in the door.
Okay.
And we will be able to not only treat all the things that we're treating on our regular machines, but we'll also be able to continue the care that we've been giving with the CyberKnife in terms of incredibly focused treatments, very high doses per treatment. For instance, we might give in 5 treatments or 3 treatments even the same dose that we would give in 6 weeks with the regular treatment, which would be 30 treatments.
Which is great because then, I mean, I know it's exhausting for patients that have to come in and do all this. So now they can just come in 1 or 2 or 3 times and have the same results. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is the difference? I also read something about Trilogy. Is that the same as TrueBeam?
Trilogy is the similar platform. It has a lower dose rate. In other words, you treat a little slower.
All righty.
Probably in terms of the highest dose rate, it's about half. But that's still more than the older units that we had.
So are these machines up and running and being used?
The Trilogy is right now working in Holston Valley. They just got that working. And that allows them to do we call it stereotactic treatment, or the CyberKnife type treatment for the first time. And they started that actually very late last year. And so now Wellmont has the 2 centers that can offer that type of treatment, which is really more advanced, and it's we're seeing more and more uses for it now. We're offering higher doses, shorter courses of treatment, and better control rates with fewer complications. So again, all heading toward that point. For those treatments, normally we have a very focal disease or a localized disease, and with the other machines we can treat more extensive disease. For instance, you ask about types of treatment in patients. For instance, a head and neck cancer, they may have something in their tonsil and they may have lymph nodes down their neck. Well, we've got to treat all of that area and some other areas as well, just to prevent the chance of, decrease the chance of it coming back. And for that type of treatment, It's still very targeted and very sophisticated, but because it's such a larger area, you can't do it as quickly. You have to spread it out. You have to give a little bit more dose each day. So you've got to pick and choose, but now we've got all the options.
That's great. We like options.
Yes,
everybody
yes, we do.
likes options.
Yes, we do.
Well, this is exciting. Thank you so much for joining us today. Am I missing anything that we need to let everybody know about that's going on over in radiation over?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't at least thank the people who have donated so much money, because the Nice Wonders basically gave us the money for the CyberKnife. The Nice Wonders and the Leonards and others have been very supportive of our center, and without their help, we really wouldn't have this equipment.
It's amazing. Yeah, we are very lucky. We live in a very generous community and area. There's no doubt.
Community.
Well, thank you for coming on today. We really appreciate it, and we thank you for watching, and stay with us. We will be back in just a moment.